Coming up in sports, the return of the Highlight Zone.
We begin our 20th year in the zone, some amazing week number 1 matchups, and of course, we have a little catching up to do.
Gosh, girls, can you believe it? 20 years in the Highlight Zone. That's a lot of football. And you know what that means.
Yeah, Dan, you're getting old. Yeah, but we got a brand new show. Stay tuned for the Highlight Zone.
Decades of the Highlight Zone, and I have a feeling this is going to be a great season.
Yeah, it's going to be a great 2 more decades, too, as I understand it. Too.
Yeah,
so.
We pulled a rookie in, and I don't know if you stretched. Did you stretch before this event?
I did, yeah.
Very
I stretched
important.
out. I ran a couple of sprints in the parking lot. Not going to pull a hammy or anything.
Let me just say, you're going to hate me by the end of the night here, because it's the joke's on everybody else here, isn't it, folks? All right, 20 years into the Highlight Zone, and they play on. There are players from 2 decades back with kids on local gridirons now. Rivalry games remain a constant, and that's where we begin with friendly rivals Bettendorf and Pleasant Valley matching up in a key MAC game. Leading 7-0 heading into the 3rd quarter, Bettendorf takes to the air with Dylan Jones going deep to Bryce Ewan, who busts a tackle. Wow. Look at him go. This one is going to cover 60 yards, and it is 14-0 Bulldogs. Now, Bettendorf's next possession just as productive as they grind this one out on the ground. Joey Trezino punches it in from the 2, and the Bulldogs lead 21. The Spartans get a spark from Tim Martinez as he bounces outside. He breaks off a 40-yard run into Bulldog territory, but the drive ends there. In the 4th, the Bulldogs finish the job as Cam Brown finds a hole. Look at Corey Kuffler all over that. Turns on the jet. He goes 60 yards to the house as Bettendorf pitches the shutout. They win it 28-0 on opening night.
Hi, this is zone photographer Corey Kuffler at the North Scott West football game.
And over the summer, Corey and his son got their black belt and also developed a Cash for Kuffler program.
That is something that will stimulate the economy. Oh, yeah. North Scott on the move in this one as Cody Monty is going to roll out right here, hits Austin Schwartz. He shakes the tackle, gets into the zone. It's 6-0 Lancers. Now, North Scott adds to the lead. Monty goes air again to Travis Anderson, makes the catch in the flat. He flights his way into the end zone in a 12-point lead. Now the Lancers defense just as talented as the offense. Adam Murphy records the sack, pinning the Falcons deep in their own end.
North Scott is poised for another big season. They pitch the shutout on the road, winning it on the carpet. The final there, 39-0.
Hi, I'm zone intern Katie Keeper at the big Burlington Assumption game. Maybe TV6's Greg Dutra will run for president after this mild summer we've had.
I don't recommend that job right now. I'd stick to forecasting.
Oh, man. You know, if there's one thing that's less predictable than the weather, it's definitely forecasting the weather. Assumption also had a stout defense for this one. They set up pretty early here. We look at the drive, and it goes deep for a touchdown there. Look at that. So the Knights also getting some strong special teams in this one. And I might be behind on the
Austin Wagenhauser.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Fields
the punt in a great field position. Now the Knights build a double-digit lead with Sean Fitton. Zips a bullet downfield.
Nice
Look at that.
Great
He
hand.
goes to Hader. That is a nice one right there.
Yeah, and Assumption gets the roadie. They win it over Burlington, the final 38-15.
Now to Muscatine. Muskies in Davenport Central.
Shot,
it's one of the more beautiful venues in the area, too, Dan. The Air Muskie offense. Check this out. Paul Zindrich swings out to Tanner Bowling in the flat for the big first down. He's still going there right until he's out of bounds. Blue Devils come out on fire, though. Nick Picaris makes the play fake. He calls his own number. He's going to take this one down 21 yards.
Looks like Bully's got the shutter speed at 250 there.
Couple of third down conversion. Central strikes. Picaris tosses to Kevin Rudd, and he makes that big grab there, Danny.
Let's check the score. They are still playing. It is Davenport Central on top. They lead Muscatine 20-0.
All right, now to Rocky Stadium. Rocks open with the Fenwick Friars. Second quarter, and the Friars are up by 9, and they add to the lead. Joseph Romano throws a 55-yard strike to Quinn Murphy, and it's a 16-0 advantage.
Boy, I don't
now,
think anybody saw that coming.
the ensuing kickoff. Rocky fires back. Chris Glover, watch this. He's going to break some tackles.
Think so? You think so?
Cut
He's
back.
going to go all the way? What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Nice move.
Pick up that guy's
You know what?
shoes,
I
don't you?
think he's going to go
almost
about
all the way?
midfield.
Yeah, there you go.
I had
Nice
the answer
sight
right in
there.
front of me.
Some stuff isn't so hard,
Rocky
is
is driving
boy,
now,
come
and
on.
Chris Scherzer flips it to Sam Douglas. He's going to get 13 yards, keeps the ball moving, but that drive stalls on 4th down. Now,
defense.
Fenwick trying to extend the lead at half. It winds to a close, but Emmanuel Hamilton breaks up the pass in the end zone, and that keeps it tight.
But it is Fenwick coming to Rocky Stadium and pitching the shutout. Fenwick beat the Rocks. The final 32-0. Moline goes on the road, and they go down as well as Jacobs wins that one 21-9. And it is heartbreak in LaSalle, Peru for Alleman. This one goes to overtime, and it's the Cavaliers beating the Pioneers 14-13.
And next up, the Soul Bowl. Dixon and UT. Third quarter, UT trying to stay within 10 points, and that's what Nathan Lamontia getting right down invisible. He is going nowhere. Fourth quarter, Dixon on the move as Nate Diverley keeps it between the tackles and grinds out yardage into the red zone. The Dukes punch it up on the sweep as P.J. Ginn pitches it to Sam, who cuts inside and scores from the 4-yard line.
Sam Smith can smell the end zone, and this one is just over as well, and it is Dixon winning over UT, the final 36-14. Some other scores we've got, they are in the fourth quarter. Galesburg leading at Dunlap 25-21, and it's Quincy with the win over Alton, the final there 16-7.
What did I do over the summer? I became a father for the second time, and no, before you ask, number 3 is not on the way.
But a TV timeout is on the way. Stay tuned for the second half of the zone.
Hi, welcome back to the zone. My name is Joanne Chinwith, and I'm here at the big Manly Geneseo game. Dan Pearson had an interesting summer this year. His daughter Amanda got engaged.
As we have heard, Amanda and Matt aren't the only ones going through counseling.
Hey, and get this, Matt is also a TV sports guy. Geneseo's defense must have. Hunter Pierce, check that out, dropping the quarterback right off the bat. Geneseo gets on the board. Colin Akers weaving his way through Green Acres for 19 big yards, 7-0 Green Machine. Second quarter, Geneseo caps a patented long drive. Josh Wood barrels in from the 2, 14-0. Later the quarter, Manly backs up near the end zone. Yeah, the ball squirts out, and Fears is there to pounce on it for another touchdown.
Is it? So you gotta check that. That is a touchdown.
I'm sure.
Yeah, let's go to the board. We will update the board. They're still playing. It's in the fourth quarter. Geneseo on top, 42-0. Sterling goes on the road, and they beat Morton. Beat the Potters 30-15 in overtime. Morris, brand new to the conference, they lose to Oswego 6-3. Sycamore shut out Streeter 34-0. Well, that game is in the third quarter, playing DeKalb over Ottawa 38-6.
Now at Kewanee High School, it's the Boilers and Sherrard. There we go. They're at Kewanee now. Tigers' running offense is impressive in the opening quarter. Nate Breeby dashes 19 yards, and Sherrard is up by 25. Now Sherrard keeps up the barrage in the second quarter. Logan Fry takes the quarterback keeper right on into the red zone. There he goes, still on his feet. Oh, nice stiff arm there.
Help too, yeah.
It's like Dutra a couple years ago.
Now the Tigers rush for a 5th touchdown in the first half. Austin Hammerlink goes over from the 5. Oh, there he is.
He's also a good wrestler. Yeah, he had to be to get in there. And Sherrard, I'll tell you what, they are poised for a big year as well. They beat Kewanee, the final 49-6. Monmouth Roseville, they are losing in the third quarter. The Gray Ghosts lead that one 21-0.
Hi, this is Ashley Olsen at the Orion Rock Falls game. This summer, zone photographer Greg Armstrong got married and went to Jamaica on his honeymoon.
And check it out, he also had the highlight zone on his mind.
Woo!
Oh, Becca, absolutely thrilled by that. That is his new wife right there. Both defenses are rock strong in Rock Falls. Bubby Clapper slams the door on the Charger rushing attack. That was nice right there. Rock Falls changing field position battle as Taylor Barnes gains 10 yards to keep this drive alive. Orion defense is always tough. They jar the ball loose right. Oh, wait for it. And there it is right there. Look at that, gathering up the pigskin. And he is going downfield.
Like a hot potato. Let's check the board on this one. It's 46-0. Look at that. The Chargers 18-1 in their last 2 regular seasons, so they win it 46-0.
Let's launch the Rockridge Rockets season, hosting Princeton.
Eerie.
Things a little foggy out there. Edgerton as the Rockets face a crucial 4th and 1 down. Beat 13 here. David Lee, game-changing performance. Breaks free. Check this out. Traveling 48 yards all the way for the score. Rockridge capitalized on a Princeton turnover. Tanner Martin plunges in from the 1 for the lead. There's it going. We got a game on here on the 2-point conversion. The Rockets go up 24-21. Hunter Frakes finds Eli Simmons in the back corner for the 2. But the Tigers claw back in this one. Watch this. Bree Winnikin drills a 27-yard field goal to tie this game. What happened, Dan?
Let's check the board, and we will see that it does go to Rock Ridge in a fantastic game in the season opener. Rockets win that one. 30-24 is the final. And also, Macomb finds out just how good Quincy Notre Dame is as Notre Dame wins that one 49-14.
All right, now in Big Rivers play, Fulton at Sterling Newman, and Sterling Newman has the offense going tonight as Jason Profiter zooms for the first down right there. And then the Comets' big blue machine is in top gear. Austin Hubbard rumbles down to the 1-yard line, and he scores on the very next play. It's a 24-point lead. Fulton, though, not out of it as Ashton Hutton snares the pass and works hard to move the sticks.
Here's the big pass catch, right?
Very good.
He snares the pass.
Trying to get yardage.
And he moves the sticks.
Yeah, but it is Newman. Boy, they're in midseason form. They win it over Fulton the final 38-7. Also, Bureau Valley, they just keep on cranking out winners. They beat Riverdale 22-0. All right, saddle up your horses. Morrison Mustangs. Oh, okay, we do not have that, so we are going to check the board. Bureau Valley was the last one, 22-0. And there's Morrison. They win it 15-0 over Peru St. Bede. It was Ottawa Marquette losing to Erie P-Town 39-6 in the fourth. And Amboy shutting out Midland in the fourth, 35-0.
Hi, I'm zone intern Hannah Wiederin here at the Peoria Heights Anawan Weathersfield game. And guess what I did over the summer?
What?
Changed my major to nursing.
Wow, from journalism to nursing, now you're going to have to actually study.
Oh, that hurts.
Plus all those books, good luck, Hannah. The Titans start off a new season on the right foot as Sean Walker with a short 1-yard touchdown toss to Jared Spivey. And get out your popcorn because this is a huge play we got going on right here. The punt and the dash, 30 yards to put the Titans in great field position. Oh, with the stutter step too. That was nice right there. The Titans cash in great field position as Jake DeJager locates Walker for the touchdown.
He can bring it. He can bring it. Let's check the latest on this one. It's in the third quarter. Anawan Weathersfield leading Peoria Heights 27-6. Some other scores that we've got. United goes on the road and wins over West Central 27-8. It was Galva falling to Alwood Rova 55-14. Stark County, after last year's second-place state finish, they lead Cambridge 45-7 in the fourth quarter. 38-0 Knoxville over Abingdon. And Illini West, they put 69 on the board into the third quarter. They led 69-0 in the third. Galena, a winner over AFC 35-7. Milledgeville leading in the fourth 21-0 over Durand. East Dubuque and Polo, they've got a slugfest going. It's scoreless into the fourth quarter of play. And there is West Carroll over Forreston 16-13. And in the third quarter, Hazel Green, Wisconsin, shutting out Warren River Ridge 30-0.
I was wondering about Hazel Green. Back to the Iowa fields now. Central DeWitt hosts Old Wine. The Huskies try to beat the buzzer, but DeWitt is going to turn back this play as time expires. The Sabres lead by 13 at this point. DeWitt tough in the pass defense tonight. Brenna Kettleson makes the pick to bring a conclusion to this third quarter Husky drive. There's the grab right there, and he takes it back a little bit before they take him down. Early in the final stanza on this one, though, the Sabres got to close the deals. Ryan Daniels comes right into your living room from 5 yards out.
All right, those guys are looking for another big year. They win it 21-6, the final in that contest. It was third quarter action. Pella leading Washington 21-8.
Hey, this is zone intern Dustin Renwick kicking off the year at the Wilton Durant game. And our photographer Ryan Cerny had a great summer. His son Gavin was born on the 4th of July. But
I think we all agree. Thank goodness he favors his mother.
Oh, yeah.
That's
ouch. Nice. But true.
No.
I mean, no, wait.
All right, Wilton goes to its aerial attack early in this one. Alec Crawford hits an open Ryan Whack. And that moves the chains.
Yep.
Now, second quarter action. Durant is showcasing its offense as Jake Goring stiff arms the defense right about there to keep that drive alive. Now up next, Durant's running attack continues to pick up first downs. Caleb Freund gallops 15 yards down the heart of that defense.
All right, let's check the board on this one. And we'll say in the third quarter, that game was scoreless in that contest. And West Branch over Tipton 35-6 in that one.
Intern Jenna here at the Northeast Comanche game. This summer, the News Channel 6 Weather Department once again had the most accurate weather forecast in the QCA.
Now that's better than a 3-degree guarantee.
Oh, burn. It's a challenge,
what that
Ryan,
means.
Teresa, and I accept. Comanche defense keeps this scoreless in the opening stanza as Austin Stahl and Brett Johnson meet up with the quarterback. That's a sack lunch right there. Second quarter, and the Rebels' rushing attack hits Pater as Tanner Lutz makes the 3-yard journey. Northeast continues to increase its lead as Lutz tallies his second touchdown. This guy pulling them with him this quarter, the second quarter, I should say, on a 27-yard scoring gallop.
Go, man, go. And to the scoreboard we go. 20-6, Northeast wins that contest. Also, it was Mediapolis over Waco, 28-6. Keokuk falling to West Burlington, Notre Dame. It's 14-0 in the third quarter play. All right, now to Wapello. Indians and Louisa Muscatine. Second half action, the Indians are on the scoring trail. Dylan Schrader returns the opening kickoff. He's got room to rumble and stumble and bumble all the way to the 30. Wapello drives into the red zone. Schrader gets first down yardage, and that is going to move the sticks. And the Indians, well, they find Pater. Danny Johnson rolls around the side there, 15 yards, and that is a touchdown. And let's check the latest on that one from down in Wapello. It's a final now as Wapello wins 42-14 in that contest. New London, they were postponed because of the flooding down there. They will try again to play that game tomorrow. East Central falls to Preston 62-12. Olin shut out by Harmony 42-0 in that contest. And Solon over Mount Vernon 49-10, the final in that game. All right, of course, we're going to go back now at a big, the first highlights we showed you was Bettendorf's win, 28-0 over PV. And needless to say, there was tons of happy talk after the game from the Bettendorf side.
You know, you come play a rivalry game like this against Pleasant Valley, who I think is a very solid team. We're pleased to get out of here 1-0.
It's really big. We always want to go out with a bang. We started off a little slow, but we picked it up. Our defense played great. I mean, we got a lot of stuff to work on, but it's always great to get a win.
Feels really good. It was a team effort. Everyone really played well.
All right, let's get to those Morrison highlights with St. Pete. Third quarter, the Mustangs break out of the gate. Kyle Jansen, he's going to gallop all the way down to the 6-yard line of play as there's his bodies flying everywhere. 2 plays later, Morrison gathers up the roses as Josh Voss. He rushed for over 1,000 yards last year, gets over from the 2, and it's a winner for Morrison. They take it. The final was 15-0. So we are in for a special season, I would say. There's a lot of great hitting already and tremendous play, and boy, I think we're going to do it again next week.
First one in the books, 20 years.
You know,
not as much mud as I expected with all that rain out
No,
there.
you know, it's drying out pretty nice. The river's still cresting a little bit, so we do have to watch that, especially through the weekend and into the beginning of next week. 70 degrees for our high temperature on Monday. Lots of sunshine, up to 78 by the middle to end of next week.
We survived it, including you, Dan, so you still have a weekend ahead of you.
Yeah, we've got a lot going on. Some of the other sports going on, we'll check out. And we've got an interesting story about 2 girls from Monmouth College playing 2 sports at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching tonight. Have a safe weekend, everyone.
Have a good night.
Next in sports, week 2 of the Highlight Zone. Plenty of huge early season matchups here.
We've got lots of football, but we've also rated the TV6 blooper tapes. Next in the zone.
Have fun on the Highlight Zone, don't we?
Oh,
Yeah, including behind the scenes with guys like Zone Executive Producer Brian Stocking.
Here comes Tinsley! Tinsley all the way! Tinsley, no! Power! Is it gonna go? No! And Hampton wins! Hampton upsets Iowa State!
He's truly the king of the zone.
Stay tuned for the Highlight Zone.
Those are just wacky music there.
Guess what our theme is tonight? Yeah, we've got some bloopers. We have hours worth of bloopers, so it's hard to really narrow it down. Yeah, it was. So, but we protected everyone here, so we're here to serve you. So
we don't make mistakes, do we?
Flawless.
There's a special library of that, everybody. But hey, we got football to talk about too, and quite a matchup over at Browning Field. We begin TV6 blooper night. We do indeed with Moline and Geneseo. 2 proud football programs meet for the 4th straight year with lots on the line and a packed house in the stands at Browning Field. Now Geneseo comes out with plenty of firepower early as Michael Atwell pitches to Luke Lemke. He finds the hole and a higher gear. He dashes 30 yards untouched for the score. 7-0 Green Machine. Now the Maple Leafs on the move again, and it's Lemke again. Makes the big gainer here. Some pretty moves. Check that out. Picks up 31 yards down to the Moline 31 before he is dragged down. And a few plays later, guess who? It's Lemke again. He powers his way through the line. 16 yards for the score. It's 14-0 Geneseo. Second quarter up 17-0. Geneseo converts after a Moline turnover. A 1-yard plunge by Lemke, his 3rd of the half, 24-0. Moline comes out with 2 unanswered scores, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. That's Deshaun Johnson fighting his way 18 yards to the promised land. Later, Michael Wismer hits Justin O'Brien on a TD toss, but it's not enough as Geneseo gets the win in this rivalry game. The final score, Geneseo beat Moline 31-12.
Hey, this is Ryan Neubauer at the Rocky game, and TV6's Mike Colon and his colleagues have seen a lot of bloopers, including one from Fran Riley.
Forget about it. That section has been closed because of the budget cuts. That's what I was afraid of.
Yes, folks, that's some classic stuff.
And Mike should know he's the keeper of the TV6's blooper library.
Yeah, he never misses anything. By the way, that road was closed till they got that bumper off there. Rocky beginning to find offensive groove there. Chris Glover takes it 39 yards to change the field position.
Good wheels.
Rock Island on the move here before taking out of bounds just outside the 10. Later in the drive, Rocky continues to pick off first downs. Chris Sir dials his own number, moving the chains again up here. Boom. Now Rocky building on a 2-point lead at the end of the first quarter as Sir hands to Nico Watson, who blasts through the Warrior line for another big first down.
Let's crash the board on this one, and we will see in the 4th quarter Rock Island hanging on to a 14-0 lead, and Alleman gets a roadie. They beat Byron 17-12.
All right, now at Galesburg, the Streaks host a tough Peoria Richwood squad. Silver Streaks make a big splash. Robert Jackson gets the seam and zips 60 yards, and he's going to run deep into the red zone before they finally take him down. Finally, he was going forever. The Knights now make their move. Mike Davis eludes the rush.
Nice drop
hooks
off.
up with Mick Hines.
Oh, no, look at
this
this.
is an 83-yard pitch and catch. He's still running. And he's like the Energizer Bunny. He just keeps going and going. At this point, it's a 12-6 lead. Now, Galesburg beats the gun at the half with the pitch to Aaron Meredith, who goes to goal first as this goes into the half tie, Dan.
So let's check that score in this one there. It's now over. Richwoods gives Galesburg a heartbreaker as the Knights win that one 34-31.
Now to the Soul Bowl. It's UT and LaSalle, Peru. Late in the second quarter, LP is building on a 31-point lead with his running attack as Eric Jenkins goes down the gut for 15 yards. Later, Cavaliers continue to call on its run game as Reese Cherney, not to be confused with our photog Ryan Cerny, picks up a huge yardage as LP is on its way to win UT's homecoming.
44-25 the final over at Soul Bowl, and Quincy and Mount Pleasant. This one goes to Quincy 42-23.
Down to the doghouse, Bettendorf and Muscatine scoreless in the second. Muscatine jumps in front. Ozzie Carrillo drills that 29-yard field goal. Muskies lead 3-0. They're thinking this is for real. Bulldogs next possession. Ball down on the turf. Recovered in the red zone by Derek Minch. A few plays later, 4th down from the 1. The Muskies punch it in. Donovan Barber just crosses the plane, 10-0. Just before halftime now, Bettendorf is going to drive right down the field. Dylan Jones fires 13 yards to Travis Stinson for the score, and the comeback is on.
And the comeback is complete as Bettendorf rallies in a large way to win it. They take it 40-19.
This is zone intern Dustin Renwick at the North Scott North game. We've got another TV6 blooper. Ace reporter Bailey Dietz is definitely outstanding in her field.
As we understand it, Bailey did all the stunt work in Children of the Corn.
I think she wrote it and produced it as well. She does it all here. Yeah. Opening kickoff, and the Lancers are flying. Travis Henderson goes 83 yards before the line of pursuit finally slows him down at the 7-yard line. He's
some hustle to get him.
Finally got him from behind. On the first play from scrimmage now, North Scott puts points up on the board. Cody Monty connects with Jacob Muirfield, and the Lancers are up 7-0. Now the Wildcats claw back as Eric Reynolds finds Brad Frick, who zooms downfield for 36 yards. But that drive runs out of fuel.
North Scott's got a full tank. They win it. They take it. The final there is 42-6. The final, as we go to the scoreboard, the Lancers win 42-6.
At Brady Stadium, Burlington and Davenport Central, the Greyhounds trying to overcome a 14-13 deficit in the second stanza. Justin Schneider picks up the bobbled ball. Up there it is, and get it. All right, look at that. Central 11-yard lines where that was recovered. Burlington turns that gift into points. Cole Hart finds Jerry Sheridan, who pulls the tip pass. Look at that.
Nice
do we have a top 10?
Who's the photographer here? That was awesome.
Central now on the comeback as Nick Behrens finds Kevin Rudd for a 70-yard pass and catch. There it is, out at the half. Look at him go.
Rudd, he's got wheels, man. Let's check this one. This one goes to overtime, and it is Central getting the victory. They take it 35-28.
Hi, this is zone intern Kristen Cassidy here at the big Davenport West Clinton game. But first, another TV6 blooper by our very own Fran Riley.
To Bill, we say, yeehaw!
Gary, saddle up your horses and bring us the action of this game.
All right, but no yeehaws here. That was a good one. Fran's an original with that. Hey, Jake Bengler had his running shoes on as he scrambles, finds some blocks, eludes the Falcon defenders, en route to a 56-yard touchdown run on this one. Look at that. Just right through it. Yeah, good, Sharon. Very nice.
You know. That was me.
Clinton figures to tinker with something that's working well. Mangler, let's do this again.
Yeah, nice.
This time going past the west line. 15-yard score. Clinton continues running that parade to find the end zone as David Johnson scores on his 6th touchdown of the season on this 19-yard game.
Clinton moves to 2-0. They shut out West. The final 33-0.
This is zone intern Brett Nowak. Time for a break here on the zone, but first, a TV6 blooper from rookie photographer Alex Brown, better known as Pampers.
Oh.
Yes, Alex recovers like a true champion and brings us all great video. Stay tuned for the second half of the zone.
Welcome back to the Zone. I'm zone intern Hannah Wieteren here at the Lamont Sterling game. But first, TV6's Bailey Dietz shows us the importance of asking the extra question.
Is there anything else you want to tell me? Anything you think I should know?
I'm single.
Come on, Bailey. This is a Zone, not Dateline, NBC.
All right, let's get right to the action of this one at Roscoe Eads Stadium.
Oh, beautiful shot.
Full moon illuminates the Indians' first drive as Daniel Hayes dashes 50 yards. Right there, he's running. He's running.
This team is
going to be going for a while.
This team's finished second in the state
Look
2 straight years there.
He's just not going to
Phenomenal.
stop. And that sets up the first of 4 Lamont TDs in the first quarter. Everything bouncing right for Lamont. Now Angel Cabral picks up the fumble, is going to go 20 yards for the first of 2 defensive scores for the Indians.
Wow.
Now the Golden Warriors passing game is going to come to life as Drew Neubauer zips a pass to Dylan Eilers to keep the sticks moving.
But this one is going to go to Lamont as we go to the board, win this one 41-14. Also, Rochelle over Dixon 22-0 in that contest. and it was Streeter leading in the fourth quarter over Woodruff 27-7. At the launching pad, Rock Ridge hosts the Hall Red Devils. It's 20-6 favor the Red Devils. Started the third quarter on the first play from scrimmage. Hall's Nate Tucker busts up the gut. This one is going to cover 67 yards for the score, and it's 27-6 visitors. But Rock Ridge launches a comeback through the air. Hunter Frakes airs it out to former zone intern Dylan Rowe, who hauls it all the way down to the 1-yard line. Then 27-12, and the Rockets keep firing. Frakes finds David Lee across the field for a grinding 11-yard touchdown, but the Red Devils tack on a late score to secure the win, and the final is in. Hall wins it 33-26. Also, Princeton and Manual, they're in the fourth quarter with the Tigers leading 32-12, and at the half, it is Rock Falls now in the third quarter leading Peoria High 33-0.
Let's check out Deep Purple, Shara RD hosting Oregon. And the Tigers not being too gracious of a host as they build on a 6-point lead as Logan Fry goes off the left side for 3 yards and Sherrard doubles the lead. The ground game chewing up chunks of yards for the Tigers as Nate Brybe goes around the right side for 16 and the first down. Sherrard puts the cap on the drive as Zach Miller steams down the right line. Let me get that right. 33-yard touchdown run, and the Tigers are running away with this one.
Deep Purple, I think that should be like on a T-shirt or something, don't you think? Man, they're playing well. How about Sherrard? They beat Oregon. 33-7 is the final. Also, Kewanee and Monmouth Roseville are in the fourth quarter. Monmouth Roseville leads 22-18. Mendota and Aurora Christian 8-8 in the third.
Huge game of the Big Rivers. Sterling Newman and Morrison. Second half action now. Morrison trying to keep a 26 lead. Josh Voss does not bite on the fake and stops the play at the line of scrimmage. The Comets punch right back, though. Andrew Schreiner.
These guys are fired up.
Going to pick up the bobbled pigskin to give Newman a much-needed lift.
Comets. Hello.
Mustangs defense is as tough as they swarm into the backfield. And they're going to stop the back for a loss of 2 right here, Dan.
Let's check the final in this one as Morrison wins this one. As we go to the scoreboard, 20-6 is the final. Morrison wins that one. All right, it was Bureau Valley over Midland, 53-12 scores that we have. In the fourth quarter, Riverdale was leading Erie P-Town 28-6. Fulton over Ottawa Marquette, 27-7 in that contest.
Hi, this is zone intern Katie Kiefer at the big A&W Mercer County game. But first, a blooper from yesteryear with former TV Sixer Jason DeRusha.
The balls. But how safe are they? We'll take a look at that coming up.
Hey, reporting can be a dangerous game.
Oh, it can be, but it's safety first for the Titans and Golden Eagles. New look at George Pratt Memorial Field, but same great fans, and the Golden Eagles are swarming on defense as the Titans can't handle the snap. Michael Pittman is the first to cover up that pigskin.
Get on it.
And they are pumped.
Fired up.
Mercer County now gets up to speed on 3rd and long. Brett Anderson finds Sean Peterson streaking down the sideline, flies all the way to the 5-yard line. 3 plays later, Anderson calls his own number, follows his blocks, and guess what? He gets the TD.
This Mercer County stuff's working all right for them since they changed to Aledo. The final is in on this one. They won it 33-0, the final. Stark County over Galva, 41-0 as we go into the next page, and Alwood Rove over Peoria Heights, 54-22.
Hi, this is zone intern Jenna here at the United Cambridge game. But first, we have some investigative work done on zone executive producer Brian Stockpile, who is also a referee.
Well, there are a lot of judgment calls. I hire the officials, and some get paid more than others. So.
Sorry, Stockpile. Sound and pictures just don't lie.
Oh boy, we'll put that one in the follow-up file. The Red Storm come out of the game storming. Oh, I get why you gave the weather guy this one. As Adam Olin finds Pater from 3 yards out. Cambridge has a great back of his own. Patrick Morey threads his way to 30 yards into United territory. However, the Red Storm bends but does not break. Aaron McDonald sinks the Viking drive with a goal line pick, and I'm ahead. And there it is. Yes, indeed. Dan.
United, your winner in shutout fashion. They beat Cambridge. The final was 45-0, and also Abingdon falls to North Fulton 32-7.
West Branch coach Butch and Wilton coach Lance Peterson match up, father and son.
That's
West
cool.
Branch lead by 7. Moving the pitch off there, Wilton defense scoops it up. Wilton goes to the air next. On 3rd and goal, Alex Crawford finds Kyle Holmes.
Nice
5-yard touchdown to pull within 1. The Bears then call on their captain, Cole Kelly. He takes the ensuing kickoff.
No way.
And he takes it ensuing.
right down.
84 yards for the touchdown, do you think? What do you guys think?
Oh, he's got it. All the way.
There's no doubt.
Yeah, I think so too. And with it comes a whole bunch of momentum in this game.
Yeah, and this one, Dad wins this one. West Branch the winner, 31-6, the final in that contest. Also, other scores that we've got, it was Comanche in overtime falling to Bellevue. 6-3, Bellevue wins that game.
All right, at West Liberty now, the Comets welcome Mediapolis. And the Bulldogs defense sets up early as Chad Haston makes the interception.
Rolling.
Look
at that.
Intercepting.
Got the pick.
And that snuffs out the Comet drive.
Great spot.
Now, Mediapolis makes West Liberty pay for that mistake as Blake Wolf goes downtown to Skylar Poole for 42 yards to put the Bulldogs all the way down to the 2-yard line. Now, Mediapolis takes the lead. John, what the heck, Mike?
I need to buy a
That's
ball
a big
there.
long name.
Matthias Meyer. Matthias Meyer.
Yeah, he darts
Jones.
over from the one on a late night in West Liberty.
Let's check the score in this one. It's 14-7 at the half was the last score that we had in this contest. One other score that we can tell you, we had New London loses to L&M. L&M wins that one 26-7.
All right, let's dive into Goose Lake. Northeast hosts North Cedar scoreless into the third quarter, and the Knights special teams makes its mark as Donnie Walkendorf finds the seam for a 30-yard punt return. 4 plays later, North Cedar gets the first score of the night. Tyler Boughton finds Jacob Edelman all alone in the corner of the end zone. That's 7-zip right there. Northeast trying to rally the troops as Jed Rojas finds an open Michael Bielberg, who breaks a couple of tackles, rather, as he tallies 19 yards.
We can tell you that North Cedar went on to win that game 21-0. Have some issues with our scoreboard right now, but we're going to go back to the post-game interviews as Geneseo wins that big rivalry game over the Moline Maroons 31-12, and a happy pile of Maple Leafs moved to 2-0.
I think we all stepped up, though, tonight. I think, the biggest gain comes from week 1 to week 2, and I think we did a great job. I think we did a great job tonight.
Well, we've been working real hard all week on throwing the pass because we knew they were going to come with that this week, but we worked on that and having the quarterback, and we were just prepared for that.
It was huge for us. The line did a really good job making those holes, and the backs did a good job finding those holes and cutting up the field when the holes were there.
No bloopers there, so congratulations, all the great plays tonight. Fantastic stuff for sure.
Yeah, good week in the zone.
You know it.
Speaking of fantastic stuff, we got a great weekend on tap, huh?
Oh, absolutely fantastic. We got very nice temperatures. You can't complain about this, about a degree or so below normal, I should say. Partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies the whole way through.
I think we have some bonus highlights. Have a safe weekend, everyone.
Fantastic.
Yeah, good night.
community service. Up next in sports, week 3 of the Highlight Zone, we have football and a cast of thousands as we anticipate the fall season on NBC and KWQC.
Hey, this is Zone Photog Mike Colon, and I'm usually behind the camera. But geez, you know, it would be cool if there was a show based on my life. We could call it The Mike Colon Show.
Geez, Mike, that name is about as crazy as your video.
All right, the name's not so great, but check out the theme song.
We decided to throw a little flea flicker in. We're tired of just seeing the football. We want to play
Take
a
it to
couple
the field.
plays too. Now, most of our action will be as the video's going, so you won't see us playing football.
Right, and it'll be actually quality action from the actual athletes
yeah,
that
we
are
think
out there.
so. Right?
But yeah,
See if you
hey,
got
we got a
something
theme tonight is you know, NBC programming. Maybe you come up with our own show. So we're gonna start with some of the fun. You know, our good friends at NBC, they spend millions of dollars, an hour after hour, developing great shows for each of us to enjoy year after year. Well, we're gonna offer our suggestions tonight on The Zone. But our first programming note takes us to the Brady Bunch at Brady Stadium with Davenport North hosting Bettendorf. Now this show could be called Dogs and Cats, and the Dog Show. Plenty of bite in the opening quarter as Dylan Jones throws to the flat to Travis Stinson, who bobs and weaves to the outside. 52 yards to the house. It's 7-0 Bettendorf. Now the Dogs' defense gets offensive. Daniel Byrne grabs the tip pass. He turns it into a pick six, and a minute into the game, it's 14-0. Now Bettendorf also has a tough ground attack, as everyone knows. Chris Sanders powers his way from the 5, and the Bulldogs are prepping for a battle royale with Clinton next week, and the final is in. Bettendorf, your winner over Davenport North, 43-6.
Hey, this is zone intern Dustin Renwick at the Burlington-Clinton game, and we've got a new show for the TV6 weather team on those hot and humid days. We can call it Thirst Alert Weather with Ryan, Teresa, and Greg.
It's the show to quench your thirst for an accurate forecast.
You can catch it every day at 5 a.m., noon, 5, 6, and 10.
Quite the drink of water there.
Just sit back, relax, have a drink. Clinton, great running attack. David Johnson getting to the corner, dragging tackles to the pylon, a 5-yard run there.
Touchdown.
That's 6. Clinton continues to dial Johnson's number for touchdowns, this time 2 yards up the gut. 14-0 lead at this point.
Nice move,
Ryan. Ring the bell.
He'd look good in an Iowa State uniform.
Yeah, I think so. River Kings offense diverse as Jake
he fumbled that
Mangler
one
finds
there.
Johnson for his 3rd touchdown of the quarter. 21-yard TD snag there. Wind it up. Burlington playing shorthanded due to several players having strep throat. Great effort. Josh Osborne rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. It takes it 20 yards. Keep the sticks moving.
Clinton gets it done. They're putting together a great year, 3-0. They win it 41-7 the final.
Big game next week.
Yes.
This is Elizabeth Goodson at the big West Pleasant Valley game, and we're hearing that Zone executive producer Brian Stocking's going to have his own TV show this fall. It's called The Stockford Files. Sure to be a big hit, a long run on NBC.
It's about a man who carries around 2 briefcases and a backpack filled with useless information.
Based on a true story.
Yeah, so we live it every week.
We can hear that answering machine clicking on now. Second quarter, Falcons looking to cut into a 14-point deficit. PV defense forces the fumble. Austin Plunk is on it. Spartans go to the ground. A big gain there. Martinez finds a hole. Breaks a tackle. Outruns everyone. Get this. 91 yards. Burchett, start running. 91 yards. Touchdown. 21-0.
Made it
stop now, Burchett.
Corey, MVP of the night.
Oh, yeah, PV recovering the fumble on this kickoff. Check this out. Oh, and the big touchdown there, and 20-yard score.
Mitch Michaelis, yeah, beautiful play. PV, your winner over West. The final is 37-7. All right, next up, Muscatine, the Muskies hosting Assumption, and the Knights charge to an early 10-0 lead, looking to garner more. Ryan Burns storms up the middle. Bounces to the outside, 25 yards to move the chains. Our Nick Bull all over it, of course. Assumption going up top. Sean Finn lays it up for Tom Carroll. Pretty play, 16 yards to keep the drive going. Assumption cashes in with the counterattack. Ryan Langford breaks the line of scrimmage and coasts 10 yards for the touchdown. And this game is still being played right now. They are in the 3rd quarter at last report. Assumption leading 17-0.
Let's go to Erickson Field. Alleman final plays in front of the home crowd against Rich South. Second half action, protecting the lead as Kevin McGinnis makes the interception, ending a star drive there. Pioneers waste a little time turning it into points. Sean McGuire gets to the corner, a 21-0 lead at this point. Pioneer defense is a rugged unit this year. They can also score. This time, John Feiwiger makes the deflection. Sam DePorter pulls it down. returns the pick for 6.
It's like an offensive play. Alleman, your winner tonight. Congrats to them. They win it 42-0. Rock Island on the road over Chicago Heights Bloom, the final 33-12.
Hey, let's go to Browning Field. Moline with another tough test. Richwood Giants. Second quarter action. Maroons down 7. Deshaun Johnson take that pitch and all the way to the outside. Maroons face 4th and 8, and they go for it. The pass broken up by Josh Engelbrecht, and Richwoods takes possession. The Knights march down the field. Tevin Hicks finishes off the drive. 3-yard touchdown up the gut. 19-6 Richwoods. Maroons looking to add points before the half. The pass is intercepted by Nick Hines to end the threat.
And Richwoods comes to town and gets the victory. They got a fine team. 34-19 in that one. Also tonight it was Ottawa over UT 32-12.
Hi, this is Zone Intern Jenna. It's time for a break. Something you'll see a lot of this fall with NBC's new lineup.
Stay tuned for the second half of the Zone.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Dwayne Cotter.
And I'm Ron Burgundy. We're at the Sterling Geneseo game.
I like turtles.
You know, Dan Pearson has a new idea for a show.
We'll call it the Highlight Zone. Each week, kids will introduce football games with TV6 anchors reading the highlights.
No, that'll never work. Probably won't even get a pilot show.
Except for the 20 years.
That one, yeah.
And the Emmy Dan
Sounds like a lot of work, too.
Nice.
Sterling working on 3rd and long in the first quarter, but Geneseo's Luke Lemke comes up with the pick. He heads across the field, follows his blocking nicely, a 30-yard return all the way down to the Warrior 7 before he is dragged down. Lemke also had a big touchdown later, and here's a touchdown earlier. Michael Atwell sneaks it in. Raise your hands. That's a score. 7-0 Green Machine. Sterling's defense locks in the second quarter. Chris Helfrich dashes in for the quarterback sack, but Sterling turns it over late in the first half. Geneseo converts with 7 seconds left. Jason Johnson splits the uprights from 25 yards out. It was 10-0 at the half, and Geneseo makes the key plays in the second half, taking advantage of their opportunities, and they win it over Sterling. The final is 17-7. Green Machine wins that to move to 3-0. Also, Dixon putting together a great game at Streeter there in the third quarter in Streeter with the Dukes on top, 20-7. In the fourth quarter, newcomer to the conference, Morris making itself right at home. They lead LaSalle Peru. It's 32-18 with time left in that game.
Heat is on in Kewanee with the Boilermakers and the Orion Chargers. Orion's passing attack has not been stopped all season long. No different tonight. James Morton finds Zach Colley for 63 yards and a 7-0 lead at this point. Nice. Seconds left to go in the quarter. Orion finds the scoreboard again as Matson and Colley combine for their second TD of the night. This one 23 yards. Boilermakers steam back as Jordan Hart is going to pitch to Dante Pryor, who gets to the seam. First 51 yards.
This guy can move.
Still going, out of bounds. Into Orion real estate there.
Yeah, the guys on the sideline ran just as far. Let's check the board on this one there in the fourth quarter. Orion about to go to 3-0. They lead the Boilermakers. It's 42-14. Had a great one over in Peoria. Rock Falls, they're thinking, hey, we're going to make the playoffs this year. They got a huge win over the Woodruff Warriors, 27-26. They are in the third quarter of play. No, it's now a final. It's been updated. Princeton over Peoria Notre Dame. 26-6. Quincy Notre Dame, these guys are good, and they take it out on Spring Valley Hall as Notre Dame wins that one 24-0. And the Gray Ghosts over Peoria. Chillicothe IVC wins that one 42-0.
Huge rivalry game. Rockridge at Sherrard. Did I say huge, Dan? This one's huge. Tigers pass to attack, going spectacular. Mitch Heyer makes the one-handed grab. Get the feet down, and the drive is alive. Sherrard keeping up the pressure. Justin Miller travels the final 19 yards of this drive to put the Tigers up 13-0. Sherrod's defense continuing to give the offense a little support here. Short field, Nate Breeby makes the interception. 20-yard return to put the Tigers right back into the red zone.
Breeby with a nice return. Plenty of purple out there.
Sherrard cashing in on the miscue. Miller tallies his third touchdown John of the night as he gets past the rocket line for 6 more.
Sherrard is playing some wonderful football this year. The Tigers win it over their arch rivals. Sherrard winning that one 33-0.
Hi, I'm Zone Intern Hannah Wiederin here at the big Stark County United game. But first, another new show this fall on NBC.
Welcome to Fantasy Island indeed.
There's only one way to get there. The plane. Now the Rebels rush to the front. Tanner Ewing pitches to Tyler Frisbee there, who scampers for his 7th touchdown of the season on the 10-yard run. United storms back. Zach Steele to Nick Hall. Great catch, 20 yards and the first down. Now the Rebels They've also loved the friendly skies. Ewing goes deep. Matt Hollis gathers it in, turns it into a 50-yard play. We knew this was going to be a great game. Let's check the board on this one. How about that? Alexis United wins it over the state runner-up from a year ago, the Red Storm of Tim Engelbretson win that one. The final there, 22-21.
Rolling into Aledo, Mercer County welcomes Allwood Rova. The Bulldogs not so gracious, leading 6-0. The ground attack puts Mercer County back into one as Max Parkinson finds room between the tackles. That one was 19 yards. This pass, Brett Anderson on his way to perfect first half, finds Michael McClellan. That's a 19-yard touchdown, 7-6 Mercer County. Golden Eagles facing 3rd and long, but they still take flight as Anderson looks deep, finds Tanner Benson open in A&R territory to the tune of 42 yards on that scamper. Mercer County finishes off the drive as Anderson finds Mason Bush for 5 yards. This is the second TD pass of the night.
Tough throw.
Check out the stats on Anderson in the first half. Look at those stats. 17 of 17 for 238 yards. That was the first half.
That's a good night.
That's a career. That is. 49
the quarterback rating
the
on that?
final.
Ryan, you got like 1 yard on the night of tossing.
Yeah, Matt, for your fantasy league, is he on your team or not?
I'm picking him up.
You need to pick him up. Definitely, man. They've got a big game next week, boy, against Illini West. Also, other scores, we've got Galva falls against Abingdon. Abingdon wins that one 27-7. Lewiston over Cambridge 28-26 or 27-26. Annawan Weathersfield with the road win over Princeville 20-7 in that one, and it was Knoxville over Havana 14-12.
Big Rivers play now. Riverdale at Fulton. Fulton's record-setting quarterback Tyler Renkes hooks up with Zach Ryder over the middle right here for 10 quick yards and a new set of downs. Steamers ground game. Make some noise. Evan Regenweather chews up 16 yards here. Boom! Running over and doing a little pain along the way to set up the 1st and goal. Fulton still firing. Renkes goes back, throws his 5th TD pass in the last 6 quarters, finding Brian Zenkel for a 10-yard touchdown here.
Ryan
fantasy possibilities.
Zonley, man, him too. Exactly. Yeah, Fulton, your winner, are leading in the 3rd quarter. It's the Steamers on top, 13-0. They're in the 4th quarter, and Amboy, this is a huge game. Bureau Valley rated #1 in the state. They trail against Amboy 23-14.
Hi, I'm zone photographer Greg Armstrong, and I'm at my alma mater, Ottawa Marquette versus Morrison tonight. And I hear there's going to be a new show on NBC about my life in high school, and it's called If Only, but I'm not sure why.
I know why. If Greg would have applied himself in high school, his football video would be better than zone photographer Nick Bull. Yeah.
Nick has changed a lot.
Yeah. If I had a nickel for every time I heard that. All right, zone intern Brett Nowak have a differing viewpoint. Morrison is out of the gates. Josh Voss crashes through the line for the 1-yard score and the lead there. Voss, yeah, having a big year for sure. The Mustangs continue the offensive stampede. Voss finds Kyle Jansen here on the diving catch, the pass play right there. A beautiful catch there. And the Mustangs, boy, they are faster and faster as Greg Armstrong playing catch up on this one.
Where are you, Greg? Where are you? Oh, there he is.
Wow, 30-yard touchdown jaunt right there. And it is in the 3rd quarter of play. Right now, we can update it now. It's in the 4th, and Morrison is on top. They're going to win that one. It is now 39-14.
It's also Erie in that conference. Erie, Prophetstown hosts River Valley. Falcons take flight early. Jeff Miller dials his own number on the option. He goes for a 5-yard run and a 7-point lead at this point.
Great hitting tonight.
Panthers go on the prowl on the ensuing kickoff. Brandon Borkovac bolts for a 55 yards to set up Falcon territory. Can't catch me, can't.
He's still up. He's still up.
Go! He's down. Erie Prophetstown Borkovac is a triple threat back as he sets up the drive and ends it on the 2-yard touchdown run. He got there. He got there.
Yeah. Let's check the score in this one. They're in the 4th. Erie P-Town has put 64 on the board already. It's 64-34 in the 4th quarter. Galena, boy, they are trailing against Eastland Pearl City 34-0. It was Aquin over Milledgeville 13-8 the final in that one. Also tonight, Polo leading in the 3rd at Stockton 28-6, and West Carroll over Warren River Ridge 40-14.
Sorry about that. Hey, let's head to Harold Burney Field. Central DeWitt welcomes Marion. 2nd quarter, Sabres trying to rally. Jared Graham comes up with a big 2nd down sack here. Then trying to beat the halftime buzzer. DeWitt's Tyler Smith going to find an open Ben Comer. 41-yard touchdown time to pull the Sabres within 14. Can they do it? 2nd half action on the comeback trail. Sabres keep up the pressure. Brendan Kettleson gets a block and bounces over the 5.
Let's check the board on this one right now. There in the third quarter, Central DeWitt still trying to rally. It's 29-13. Other scores that we have, Mount Pleasant leads at Fort Madison 20-3 in the third quarter of play. Also, it was Wilton losing to Solon 59-0. That game is now in the fourth quarter of play. West Burlington Notre Dame in the third trail. Sigourney Keota 7-0 in that contest. Northeast blows out Alburnett. The final there is 50-0. Down the line, Bellevue with the road win over North Lynn, 14-6. It was West Branch over Eddyville, 56-28. Durant shuts out Iowa Valley, 28-0. And Danville over New London in that rivalry game, 28-14. You've got Waco over Winfield Mount Union, 37-12.
Hi, this is Zone Intern Katie Kiefer at the big Central City Preston game. And in honor of these football programs, NBC is producing a new show called 8 is Enough.
Hey, 8 is enough, and it comes to an 8-player game.
Yeah, and the word is that Dick Van Patten will play the role of the Preston quarterback. Second quarter, the Trojans' ground attack is in high gear. Kyle Feller grabs the pitch, bounces to the right side. See you later. 43 yards for a 6-point lead. Now the Preston defense also stout. Austin Hughes falls on the loose ball, and the Wildcats 21-yard line. Preston cashes in. Jason Feddersen pushes past the goal line defense on the 1-yard run as he stands tall there. And the final is in on this one as Preston, boy, they are looking poised for good stuff. They win it 40-20. Also, it was West Central over East Central. The final there is 67-28. So I'm still playing a little defense.
Basically, you've been doing that the entire time, and Dan hasn't messed up yet.
Yeah, I'm a little dizzy right now, but, you know, nothing new.
It's a good night. A lot of exciting hits out there. A lot of action on the field.
Yeah, kind of leading up to a lot of big matchups next week, all over the field, both sides of the river, too.
How about weather? Looking good for the weekend, too,
Hey,
right?
you can't complain. We already said it's going to be good for the Hawkeyes and the Cyclones. Good here in the Quad Cities, too. Sunshine, looking for 80 degrees both Saturday and Sunday, so enjoy it. The dry weather continues next week. So hope for another good night in the zone next Friday night.
I'm going deep for a long
He's always going deep.
Oh!
Gary's off early again. What do you imagine?
He's out of breath, too.
Have a good weekend, everyone. We'll see you back here next week.